Anambra had an election, even though they had recorded the voters list was 200 and about 250,000 people were registered, and 10% of that voted because people were afraid to come out to vote. I think first of all, one would expect a much more deliberate and proactive roadmap by the federal government and the state government on to say this is how we're going to address this monster. I have not seen that, and because it has not been there, that is why you get various state governors throwing up their hands and saying, go and arm yourself. Go and arm yourself is not the right that are infested with terrorists, and after all, government has said they are no longer bandits, but they are terrorists, and some of the governors have even gone ahead to say exactly what ethnic group, what languages they speak. They have identified the people, so it's not as if the people are not known. The governors themselves say they know some of the people. Some religious leaders have visited them in the forest. So I think coming up with a solution is not difficult for the expert if they really face it. So it will be presumptuous for somebody like me. Like most other Nigerian cities, they will choose places. You go to Idanre, it was definitely chosen because of the security factors, benefits. When you form a nation, it is the hope that if we all gather together as Nigerians and we elect a good government, it should be able to defend us. So if you then have a situation where government is not playing that role, it means the people are on their own, more or less. Now, the implication of that is that it breeds a lawless group who take laws into their hands. It defeats the purpose of nationhood or statehood. And we know this. I think government should own up and do what every government does, protect the lives and property of its people. You see, there is always potential for it to be better if government will wake up and do what it's supposed to do. And the reason we exist in hope. We're praying and we are hoping that things will be better. It will be wrong of me to say that, everything is hopeless. If we are hopeless, then we are in despair. If we are in despair, it means that even the capacity and the strength to get up in the morning will no longer be there. So I am a person of hope. I'm hoping that the government, whether it's state government or the federal government, one of these days will wake up and realize that we cannot go on like this. So I am optimistic. I am very optimistic. I am hoping that government, when they hear people like us, will not feel that we are being critical. We're just saying the truth as it is. Yeah. And we're saying, please do something before the whole country is swallowed up in a very chaotic situation. From what we know and what ministers and security people themselves have said, that one is being alarmist. We're just saying, well, there are several levels of security. Halogen is a security establishment. You know that very well. Security that I put in front of my house, even though it's a so-called security, is different from the security of my estate. is different from the security of the state, which is in the hand of the governor. Is different from the security of the nation, which is in the hand of the federal government. I think people who say that individuals should now go and defend themselves against an unseen enemy, unknown enemy, they are asking for too much of the individual. Because when you say that, you create a very chaotic situation. If I now go buy a gun to defend myself, and my neighbor buys a gun to defend himself, what stops us if we have some other argument that has nothing to do with security to use the gun? See, every day you hear of school shooting in America, gun killing. That's because it's a gun-infested society. So what asking individuals to do the jobs of federal government or state government is asking too much. It's asking too much. Yes, it's true. What the gentleman or lady must have said to you is that there is no place that is crime-free. Nigeria is not crime-free. But having said that, the crime we are talking about is way beyond what one individual or a group of individuals can do something about. Federal government. And several people have actually said to the federal government, listen, if you can't do it, why don't you get the United Nations or get other people to help you? There was a time that I read in the papers that the former president, Jonathan, was negotiating, or was it that he actually hired some mercenaries who, whatever it takes to secure the country, knows more than I do. So I'm not in a good position to suggest things to them. I'm only saying, look, here is a mirror, look at yourself and see what is happening. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.